Hello, my name is Metin Arıdaşır. This is 198th part of explanation of my theory. Yes, according to my theory and my formulas, galaxies never move away from each other. How? Cosmological redshift is an illusion. According to me, there are two types of light. One of successive waves of free electron motion form. When a free electron motion form is in motion, always these electron motion forms successive waves generate continuous spectrum. Continuous spectrum. This is, I say, lambda normal minus delta lambda in 0 degree direction of electron motion form, 180 degree direction, opposite direction of electron motion form. Okay. And this electron motion forms successive waves, point energies, point velocities, point masses, point wavelengths are variable, and this electron in this context anisotropic. Okay, this is shortened wavelength. This is especially, I guess, in X-rays graph, it must be this starting point, maximum wavelength point, must represent 90 degree of this electron motion form. Okay, but may not. It's not important mainly. Yes, and each points represent each of these points in continuum represent a specific wavelength, a specific energy, a specific, but frequency is constant according to me. Again, okay, and there is no spike. Why? Because of this is only continuous spectrum. This is so important. Say, if this is so important, if an electron motion form gain more velocity under different effects, maybe temperature, maybe applied voltage, okay. For instance, X-rays. And 0.122 nanometer. And maybe this is silver atom. And applying voltage maybe 30,000 keV. Okay. Here, say, shortened wavelength, okay? But if you apply, say, 40,000, for example, what will be there? Here, closer to zero, converge to zero, okay? From this shortened wavelength at 30 kV, okay? At 40 kV applied voltage, this will be come here, this point, like this, 20 kV, say this, 30 kV, like this, 40 kV, will be like this, okay? Don't forget this. Say this point, lambda normal minus delta lambda is, say, this is molybdenum, for instance, molybdenum. Only for instance, here 10 kV, for instance. And this is, say, 1 nanometer. What is characteristic wave? Wait a minute. What is characteristic line? In molybdenum, 0.0, if I guess 0.109 nanometer K alpha line. Always characteristic emission lines are always produced and pushed out from proton-bound electron motion forms, not free electron motion forms. But when their wavelength, say 0.0700, and when you increase applied voltage, not 1 nanometer, 0.1 nanometer for instance, when, for instance, 30 kV, I've forgotten, but like this will be converged to zero, then this point, okay, involves what? Characteristic line, 0.0709. Here, in this graph, when they different sources, free electron motion forms continuous wavelength and characteristic wavelengths of, for instance, molybdenum, proton-bound electron. This is molybdenum also, free electron from molybdenum, proton-bound electron motion from molybdenum. Okay, this is coincidence point and interference again, and here intensity increases as a spike, like this, from galaxies, from sun, from star-like objects. There are countless free electron motion forms, and there are countless proton-bound electron motion forms. Say, here a object. This object contains countless free electron motion forms. They are in motion, and countless proton-bound electron motion forms interacting with high-speed free electron motion forms, successive waves, and proton bounds. Okay, interaction. Remember from my former videos. Here, countless free electrons. But this object, for instance, this object, A object, itself motionless, maybe motionless. Here it is motionless. Okay, here another B object, here motionless also, motionless object. But here another type of free electron motion forms, say greater wavelength size, lambda normal 1 is equal to say 10,000 watt, or say 5,000 nanometer. Our sun like 2000 here, lambda normal 2 is equal to 2500 nanometer wavelength size, different wavelength sizes. These objects contains electron motion forms. Don't forget this. And from A, this is continuous spectrum. Okay, from A. From B, it's bigger and greater velocity electron motion forms here. Okay, this is 205,000 nanometer starting point, finishing point say is 390 nanometer, I'm so sorry. Okay, here 10,000, here 10,000 nanometer starting point, greater wavelength size, okay, lambda normal 1, and greater velocity, and here same coincidence point with 390 nanometer. Don't forget that between 319 nanometer and 700 approximately nanometer, okay, 700 nanometer approximately, between two, here visible light band, what? Visible, okay, visible band. Different places as anchor, their wavelengths don't shift. Redshift is illusion. In universe there are different size kind of electron motion form at different velocities. Although they are motionless, you may wrong computation if your theory is wrong, if your theory foundation is wrong. Yes. And Balmer series of hydrogen at here and here as a spike. Now just on this continuous spectrum from hydrogen proton bound electron motion form 410 here and again 410 nanometer characteristic line, different light size. Yes, now compare. Where is this line? Where is this line? But accepted physics theories, wrong theories, illusion. Okay, they say shifting. No shifting, it's obviously here. Okay, now basically what we will do here and here. Okay, here 2,500, here 10,000 nanometer, here 110 nanometer, here 110 nanometer. Okay, yes, now continuous spectrum and spike. Okay, yes, mixing apples and oranges. Accepted physics, cosmologia do that. They mix apples and oranges. Galaxies don't move from each other. There is no redshift. There is no expanding universe. Space is not expanding. There is no tired photon. There is no cosmological redshift. Doppler shift, relativistic Doppler shift, and here Hubble laws, and these cosmological redshift computations completely wrong. They are completely wrong. Yes. What is that? 2500 minus 410 is equal to here 2009 nanometer here. Okay. 2009 nanometer. Okay. 10,000 here. Okay. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. This is, yes, 10,000 minus 2009. Yes, here this point 7,910. Okay. Different, as if different place, but no change, no shift. Okay. And then you may say, this is shift from 410 to 7,910. Wrong computation. I am showing to you now wrong computation. This is shifted wavelength, what seem 7,910 divided by minus 31, 400 is equal Z. Okay. What? This is wrong computation. Yes. Z in here, in spite of although these